Elflanes, it's Nico. It is Wednesday, February 11th, and this is the weekly update. Yes, it's Wednesday. I normally don't record anything in the middle of the week, but it's been an interesting weekend, and today has been an interesting morning for me. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Thank you to everybody who adopted my last adoption. I did a grayscale jewelry collection. My words are probably not going to be here. I have had interrupted sleep. But I did a grayscale jewelry collection with 2 shades of red roses and some green vines. I'll show you a couple. I think they're very pretty. There's only a few pieces that have not been adopted. And I'm so grateful for that. But this is one. It is a little turtle charm. Roses. The belly's a light gray color. I have a hair clip. I made 3 of these, and one was the light gray color, this gray color, and a black one. And the other 2 were adopted. And then I did 3, I think, small book charms. I have 1 large book charm currently. I'm sorry, my bad. These are adopted already. This is part of a group. Wow, told you I'm not really completely here. Here is a book pendant. See little pages. All of my bindings always have rhinestones on. At least I try to make them that way because I think they're really pretty. I don't know where I put my thing. I have a little container that has the unadopted pieces in. You know what? It's fine. That's just an idea of what I've made. January's over. I'm so proud. There's 3. I have one that I have to glaze half of it. I only glazed 1 half. I figured if I needed it, I'll do the other half later. But I only have 3 thank you charms left, and that is insane. That is amazing. I normally end up with like a couple of handfuls. I usually make a lot of thank you charms. I've been trying to cut back on just the sheer amount I make because I've been doing adoptions every other-ish week, maybe every 3 weeks. But I made a lot of these Year of the Horse charms, and I only have 3 left. So, yay, that's super, super nice. These will be taken out and put into a bigger container, a little bigger jar. That's plastic. It'll eventually be glass. That doesn't really matter. But I will take these and add them to the thank you charms that have never been given out for... It'll be going on 6 years now. Up here. There's almost always, a couple of thank you charms left. And they all get put into the container. I have some snowflakes added in, but these are also several different thank you charms. Little stabby duck's mine, but I didn't have a better place to put it. But you can see these are thank you charms from the past that have not been given out that I didn't put into the container yet. So thank you. It really does mean the entire world. Thank you so much. I am currently working on carousel horses. Just one is made, the other one still in my brain. But this will be for January. I want to try to make one each month. So this will be January's, and I know Chinese New Year is on the 17th of February. That's when the date of it is. But I always make the Chinese New Year charms, Lunar New Year, whatever you want to call it. I always make those charms in the beginning of the year, so like in January. This is one of the horses. The other one, like I said, has to be made. I will be painting them. I don't want to use colored clay for them. I really enjoy the painting process, and I really enjoy, at least I used to really enjoy, I don't know, I haven't like totally just dedicated myself to it because I've been working on other things, making carousel horses. I used to really love that, and carousel animals, not just horses. But I really loved painting the details on. So I'm making those with just like the base color clay, and I will be painting them. I'm looking around like, I'm going to show you my paint. I don't have the paint pulled out. It's not ready for that. But it will have red and gold themes. I don't know if I want this horse to be black or if I want the horse itself to be red with gold on it. I haven't decided. I don't know. But there's that. I have one obviously not made yet. See, it's poof. But for February, it'll be Valentine's themed, and like March, I think March is St. Patrick's Day holiday. So that will be rainbows and shamrocks, and then Easter will be Easter themed, etc., etc., etc. throughout the year. And I think that's about it currently. That's all I really have to report. I don't have anything else to report. Creation wise, Kevin had a tiny 5-day staycation off, which was wonderful, save for one thing. We work nights, as I've said for a gazillion years now, and it means we sleep during the day. At some point during the day, an alarm was beeping upstairs, and it wasn't like a smoke detector. It wasn't the smoke detector, but it was a consistent beeping. Apparently my brother-in-law Peter was sick. I didn't know that. He was sleeping in a room, and he and I entered the hallway at the same time, looking to see what was going on. And he said he thought it was the carbon monoxide detector. And I was like, okay. So we're looking at it, and he's like, I'll go get Dad and ask him about it. And so he did, and they couldn't figure out why it was beeping, so the firefighters were called, or the fire department was called. We evacuated the house. It was snowing that day. We got like half an inch of snow. Anyway, it was snowing, or it had snowed the day before. There was a lot of snow on the ground, and it was daylight, and it's I haven't seen snow in the daylight in a few weeks now. But we were evacuated. Firefighters came in as we were leaving the house, and they were doing their scans for carbon monoxide. Nothing was coming up in the basement upstairs. On the floor level, nothing was coming up. So when that happens, apparently an ambulance is dispatched to treat patients or people, to treat whoever it is for carbon monoxide poisoning, and to like make sure they're okay. I was having a migraine. My brother-in-law Peter was apparently sick with a fever, and Kevin and David and Dad Carter were all fine. So we got talked to, and I want to say it was the fire chief. I've seen him a couple times. I've met him several times. I don't know what his job title is. I don't think it really matters. But all of them were very amazing. They're very, very pleasant to deal with. But the fire chief was like, if nobody is sick, if nobody has these specific symptoms, other than your migraine, you don't feel different. I was like, nope. And other than you having a fever, and Peter's like, nope, I don't feel any of the other symptoms. He's like, I would like to cancel the ambulance. Because they were coming from another city, and I guess it was snowing, because that was part of the reason. He didn't want them to have to drive in the snow for nothing. And we were just like, yeah, no problem. We all came in, all of the firefighters came in. We had to fill out some medical paperwork saying that we were okay, we knew who we were, what the date was, which was almost a tricky question. I did not know exactly what day it was, and neither did my husband, because when you work overnight, you go to sleep on the same day you wake up, and it kind of messes with you. So What he and I do is that the next day doesn't start until we wake up. Mentally, it's easier for us when we communicate on what day we need to do things or what happened. It's just a system that we have worked out for the past 20 years. That's how we talk. So even though technically it's after midnight today, it's still Wednesday. It's my Wednesday work day. So I almost got caught up. And then they asked me my age, and I was like, I stopped paying attention after 40, because I really did. At least I knew my birth date, but yeah, I was a year younger than I thought I was, so yay me. But it was a very eventful morning. We had 2 fire trucks and a fire rescue truck at our house within minutes of the call being made. And so everybody left. We were up for a while, and then after David, Dad, and Peter ate his food upstairs because he didn't want to get anybody else sick. After everybody ate dinner, Kevin and I were just like, we're done. We're going back upstairs. And we just vegged. We kind of napped maybe a little on and off. We vegged for the rest of that day. That day was a bust. We were planning on hopefully going out to like go grocery shopping. It didn't happen. We didn't go grocery shopping for 5 days. We ordered our groceries to be delivered. But the staycation, other than that, was wonderful. It was lazy. It was wonderful. Honestly. Other than our bodies being in pain, my joints hurt, my feet and my ankles hurt so bad. Kevin has his sciatic nerve. It's not like completely flared, but it hurts, so his back's in pain. But other than that, wonderful staycation. Great. Today, Wednesday, the actual day Wednesday, about 4 p.m. on Wednesday, today, earlier, I just explained to you how I do my days. So at 4 p.m. today, the smoke detector went off, and I'm just like, oh my god. Okay, I told Kevin to stay in bed for a minute. He didn't listen to me. So we walked out into a smoke-filled hallway. Like, the door handle was not hot. But we walked out into a hazy, smoke-filled hallway, and we're like, oh my god, did Dad burn food again? Because that's something that happens once or twice a year. Sometimes he cooks stuff, and it just makes smoke. But it was not Dad Carter this time. So we walked out into a smoke-filled hallway. Kevin immediately went downstairs. David, who was downstairs, came upstairs, and he doesn't have asthma. Maybe it's asthma? I don't think it's asthma. He doesn't really need an inhaler, but it's something like that. He has some kind of breathing thing. Maybe he has an emergency. I don't know his medical history. It's fine. But he and I were upstairs, and he was like, Peter did something. They were cooking, and I'm like, okay. And we were trying to figure out how to get the smoke out of the house as fast as we could. Now, logically, you would think we would open windows, which could work perfectly fine in the bedrooms, because the bedroom window's open. And Peter, the day before, the carbon monoxide detector went off, sealed the bathroom window, and there's 2 little windows in the laundry room. He sealed them with like the plastic winter stuff, so it helps immensely. Older windows don't have really good sealants, and wind and cold seeps in and stuff, and those windows are older, so he put the plastic sealy thing over. It's clear, you can see out of. I'm not describing it well. But he had done the whole house. I couldn't open the bathroom window, but the bathroom has a vent. So I turned the vent on. David had a bright idea to turn on a fan in the attic. It has a cover, and he pulled down the stairs. And by that time, Kevin was like, Nicola, go in the bedroom, because I was choking. David was starting to choke and cough. And I opened the bedroom window, and I put my face near it, just coughing and stuff. And a police officer showed up within moments of me entering the bedroom. And all of that like leaving the bedroom, Kevin going downstairs, me trying to figure out how to get fresh air or pull the smoke out. It literally happened in like less than 3 minutes. I'm not kidding. Very fast reaction. There was a police officer at the door within 5 minutes of everything happening. And nobody called because our house has an alarm that tells the fire department and police department when something is happening. So an officer is at the door. I heard Dad Carter talking to him and my brother-in-law Peter talking. They were assuring him, yes, come in. Look, it was grease. It wasn't a grease fire. It was just grease that was smoking. Cooking oil, I should say. Cooking oil that was smoking. And it just went through over the house. And as the police officer was walking back out to his car that was parked on the road, our driveway is a big horseshoe shape. Fire rescue truck and a fire truck showed up. Seriously, just minutes. It's amazing. I'm very grateful and very thankful that the response time is so nice, and they're not very far away from us either. So that happened. That was fun. My throat is a little sore from inhaling smoke, but it's okay. I'm okay. I'm tired just from the sleep. I was having a good night's sleep too. It was like one of the best night's sleeps I've had in a couple of weeks, and it got interrupted, but it's fine. So that is the excitement that has been happening in less than 5 days. Just about 5 days. I'm good. I'm good for the rest of the year. The rest of the year can be boring AF, please. I don't want any more excitement. So that was fun. That's literally what has happened. I am not being very creative today. I have a package I have to write a thank you note for. I had a custom. You know what? I could show you this. I'm only gonna tilt it a little. Yeah, you can see I have 2 of my Mythic Moons. These are a couple of cupcake charms, one of the book charms, and a thank you charm. And this is being mailed out tonight. So I have to write a thank you note for that. But I am kind of being lazy today because I'm just like blah blah blah. Saturday is Valentine's Day? Is that when it is? The 14th? I don't have any plans. Kevin, he asked me to be his Valentine, which is amazing. I love that every year he asks me that. I have a present for him. I have part of a present for him. Only one part. The bigger part came, which is okay. But only one of the 2 parts came for Valentine's. For his present. And I think he's gonna go out and bring us home like Texas Roadhouse or something. Whatever we're in the mood for to eat on Valentine's Day. That's my plan. Also, I have to figure out the thank you charms. I think I wrote a list somewhere of what I would like roughly to do for every month. I have to make some thank you charms. That's it. That's the update. It's more exciting than I want it to be, but everything's okay. Everybody is okay. I'm pretty sure Peter, who was sick, is feeling better because he was downstairs for a while today. Cookie, the Pomeranian puppy, she is doing well. Lily is fine, and Orion has not abandoned me. He is in my lap, and he is just putting up with me jibber-jabbering. So I love you guys. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe. Please, I hope you have a good weekend, whether it be solo or with your Valentine. Don't let it get to you if you don't have one. I know some people get really upset and really depressed, and Singles Awareness Day is very painful for some people. I'm sorry. Don't let it get to you. Don't. It's sometimes it's better to be alone, honestly. But I get the depression. I get it. I've been through that for many years. But it's cool. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe. I hope you have a good weekend and keep warm because it is still freaking cold. It is so cold, and we got 4 inches of snow yesterday. I'm in the house. I'm nice and warm. I feel terrible. My husband had to come home yesterday, last night, and shovel the stairs. And unfortunately, I couldn't because the foot pain that I'm having would not allow me to stand for very long. Honestly, yesterday, got a shower in the morning. I usually take a shower at night, and we have a shower. Sorry, I'm not done talking. And we have like a shower chair so I can sit. I like standing when I shower. I just feel more efficient and more clean. But I got a shower in the morning before our grocery delivery came, / afternoon. Delivery was between 6 and 7 p.m., our morning time. And then we got our grocery delivery, which means a lot of walking from the kitchen to the front door, carrying in bags, and then putting everything away, which is more walking around. And usually by that time, I'm done. I'm so done. But with the shower beforehand and standing on my ankle, my foot specifically, my ankle has been a pain in the butt, but specifically my right foot, so painful. So stupidly painful. I didn't even consider trying to shovel snow from the stairs last night. And so my husband, after working a physical job, had to come home and shovel. It didn't take him too long. He is apparently very efficient with it. And then he was such a sweetheart. We made breaded chicken last night. We usually make it together. It's usually us thing that we make together instead of me just making dinner. For that, he will bread the chicken because I don't like it on my fingers. I don't like I don't like touching raw chicken. I don't mind touching any other raw meat, but raw chicken just has a weird feel to it. But touching the chicken and putting it in the eggs and then putting it in the breadcrumbs and it gets all caked up on my fingers, and I hate it so much. But he'll do it. He has no problem with it. So I will cook the rice and then I will cook the chicken after it's breaded. But I felt bad that he worked, shoveled, and then had to he stood there and breaded chicken, and it didn't take very long, but he still had to stand there. And I'm just sitting on the stool next to the stove being like, I am so useless. It sucks, but it's okay. All right, that's my last story. I love you. Be happy, healthy, and safe. Bye. Mwah. Hey, Orion. Say hi. He doesn't care. Bye.